starting from a total of 125 million to a total of 750 million in just 4 editions. Over the years, and against all odds, the successes recorded, including today's ceremony, are manifestations of commitment and proactive decisions, especially in the areas of digital transformation, service, and transparency. I am glad to inform you that over the years, in efforts by institutions to win this award, JAMB has witnessed significant compliance with the admission guidelines as approved and circulated. With such developments, JAMB is proud that the concept underlining the introduction of the NATAP awards is yielding positive results. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we at JAMB, under the Federal Ministry of Education, will continue to channel progressive courses for the future of our nation. We hope that the trust and belief in what we do in JAMB will be sustained. Welcome to our 5th NATAP Awards ceremony, and thank you all for honoring our invitation.
Thank you very much, the Director of Admissions at the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, for the short and sharp welcome address to the 5th edition of the NATAP Awards. Let me now respectfully invite the Managing Director of NELFund, who of course is partnering with JAMB, as he did last year, for the double-header events for 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Mr. Akintunde Sawyer for the NELFund presentation.
Aliu, please get ready. Aliu, get ready.
Good afternoon. The Honorable Minister for Education in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Honorable Minister of State for Education in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, our host, the amiable, competent, and extremely thorough Registrar of JAMB, distinguished members of the bicameral legislature, the Senate, and the House of Representatives here represented, the executive secretaries, director generals, and chief executives of the regulatory agencies, the NUC, the NBTE, the NCCE, NCEE, distinguished vice chancellors, provosts, rectors, people whose hands the future of Nigeria lie, quite literally. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you and feel privileged that the people who are making the most important decisions about the future of this nation are here today. I must commend again the Registrar of JAMB. I've told him earlier that if he's ever running a class in the management of meetings, then I will enroll. I think the job he did this morning was outstanding. So this afternoon, I'm just going to make some very quick comments, and then we're going to show a video, and then I'm going to invite one of our directors to come and give a presentation. But for me, my takeaway from this morning are 5 key items. The first is that without education, no nation can go anywhere. And I think what was signaled this morning is about the importance of standards and continuously raising standards in education. The reason is that no other nation is waiting. No other nation is static in terms of education. And the drive from the chairman, the minister, the honorable minister, around just trying to push up the standards was a lot to do with the fact that we have to remain competitive as a nation. We cannot remain where we are. Remaining where we are means that we are comfortable, and I'm sure we all know that comfort and excellence cannot coexist. You cannot be excellent if you choose to be comfortable continuously. And so there were some very important messages this morning. They seemed disturbing: forgery, faking of documents, changing of criteria arbitrarily. Those were very unpleasant and uncomfortable messages, but they were important so that we can recognize that coming to meetings like this isn't just about being comfortable with what is being said, but it's about being deliberately uncomfortable and putting ourselves under pressure so that we can improve and be better. The second message I took away from this morning is the power of data. It was quite unbelievable, the amount of data which was churned out here in a space of an hour, but would have taken months and months to gather, but nevertheless help us with decision-making. This is a decision-making meeting. And so backing up some of the issues with data is absolutely critical. I've been to so many meetings where decisions are made and there's no data presented. So again, I want to commend JAM for its meticulous attention to detail and ensuring that data is available. The third point I want to make is the importance of measuring. What isn't measured isn't done. If we don't measure, we can't determine what we're going to do next or even grade ourselves against where we're coming from. So all the measurements that we saw presented this morning speak not just to the fact that we need to move forward, but to the importance of continuing to measure everything we're doing and everything we intend to do. The fourth and final point I want to make is about standards. Again, we live in a competitive world, and the competition amongst nations doesn't begin with how much resources they have, because resources are God-given. Whether you have oil, mineral resources, agricultural produce, these are all God-given things. When we look at the advances that have been made in technology over the years, intellectual property that have been converted into exchangeable commodities for the mineral resources that we have. We spend all our oil money buying software, buying information, buying data, buying technological advancement. It shows you that unless we switch it around, we've missed something, because these minerals will run out. And of course, sometimes they'll even go out of law, as we're seeing with hydrocarbons. So it is extremely important that we continue to drive up the standards so that we can push our 220 million people to be the best that they can be. So I stand before you representing NELFund. Our mandate is to ensure that the people that you have geared and prepared yourselves up to teach, to convey knowledge to drive to excellence, that these people are able to access the knowledge that you have. And so His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, made a conscious decision that he was going to invest in ensuring that Nigerians can come before you and learn what you know so that they can do better for themselves and they can do better for this country. I think that this initiative, which I'm privileged to run, in itself deserves a round of applause. We want to partner with you, the vice chancellors, the provosts, the rectors. We are not senior partners, we're not junior partners. We have to partner with you in the best interest of the young people of this country. And it is about partnership. And we're all too aware of some of the issues that have come up recently in the press about funds not necessarily reaching the students in time. We take responsibility for some of that. We started the program midway through sessions, and of course, because we have to check and ensure that the funds are going to the right people, there have been some delays. And of course, you have to carry on running your institutions. You need funds to pay your bills, to pay salaries, to pay for all sorts of things that you need to keep the institutions going. So unfortunately, some students have had to pay to meet the deadline, and then our funds have come. And I'm really pleased that a lot of the institutions here have made great efforts to refund to the students. It's extremely important that they get those funds back, and I thank you for the diligent efforts that you've all made in that direction. We will continue to partner with you. So, I'm getting some signals about not spending too long on the microphone. I believe we have a video that we'd like to share with you. If you could cue the video, please. It kind of explains pretty much where we are so far. Thank you.
Bridging Dreams, the impact of Nigeria's student loan scheme. For decades, the story of Nigerian education has been one of resilience in the face of adversity. Underfunded institutions, dilapidated infrastructure, and millions of young Nigerians unable to afford tertiary education. The dream of accessible, quality education for all seemed distant. However, under the visionary leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, that now is rapidly changing. In 2023, President Tinubu's administration launched an ambitious reform to redefine education financing through the establishment of the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NELFund, a bold step that ensures no Nigerian student is left behind due to financial hardship.
My belief is that education is the greatest weapon against poverty.
The President's commitment to educational empowerment is rooted in his belief that the true wealth of a nation is its educated population.
To give expeditious hearing to this very particular bill in the interest of our children that are out there seeking education but do not have the means to...
Recognizing the need for a robust legal framework, President Tinubu championed the repeal and reenactment of the Student Loans Act, which was subsequently passed by the National Assembly in March 2024.
The report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Third Fund on the Student Loans Access to Higher Education Act, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2024, and approved.
Following this landmark legislation, he appointed an executive management team led by Mr. Akintunde Sawyer as Managing Director, Chief Executive of NELFund, to drive the initiative, along with a distinguished board led by Mr. Jim Ovia, a banking and entrepreneurship icon.
It is my special gratitude for this opportunity to be here today for Mr. President to formally launch and also honor the Nigeria Educational Loan Fund.
With education at the core of his renewed hope agenda, President Tinubu has ensured that the Student Loans Access to Higher Education Act 2024 provides interest-free loans to indigent students, thus breaking the barriers that have long denied many young Nigerians the opportunity to pursue tertiary education.
What NELFund is doing, what the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has managed to do is to create NELFund as a stopgap for those who are dropping out. He's created this entity, NELFund, to ensure that the people who may be thinking about dropping out, or people who are at secondary school level who are thinking about going to do odd jobs rather than get further their education, even though they have the capacity to do it. What the President, in his wisdom, has been able to do is to provide those people with the option of financing their education. Now that that burden is off the table, you should focus more on the studies. Please do your best to get the best ever grade you can get.
Since its launch, NELFund has gained national traction, demonstrating its pivotal role in revolutionizing access to higher education. Under the leadership of Mr. Akintunde Sawyer, the fund has made remarkable progress. As of May 30, 2025, 608,740 students have registered. 564,775 students have applied for loans. 298,124 have benefited. 26,672,140,000 naira has been disbursed for students' upkeep. 30,179,777,649 naira for institutional fees. Total loan disbursed is 56,851,937,649 naira.
Very important, I state the processes, what NELFund is doing, or the application processes. To start with, the first stage is we have a website which is www.nelf.gov.ng. So when students go to the website, first they see there is to select their matric number. When they input their matric number, they will select their institutions. Secondly, they will see if the institutional data is in our database. So what happened is each institution in the country have database with NELFund.
In fact, many students were at the verge of dropping out of the university for their inability to pay for the registration. But with the coming of NELFund, many of such students have been rescued from dropping out of the university.
And I believe with NELFund, and I believe with the initiative, it will definitely change the narrative. All we need is a safer, peaceful, and welcome environment for us all to thrive.
The concept itself, a lot of people didn't understand it. You say loan, we were thinking, okay, when I graduate, they'll come and start catching me by the neck. I have to stop paying. No, it's not like that. So, they were skeptical about it. So and luckily, the MD himself, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just a divine intervention. Because of the problems we're having, happened to just go there to meet us and, explain some of those things.
So it was a big sigh of relief when NELFund was established. When NELFund was established and students were given the opportunity to have access to a loan that will enable all their school charges to be paid, and also even for stipends to be given to them for their daily upkeep. The University of Port Harcourt has received so far about 68 million naira for about 869 students or thereabouts. Live, and we are participants.
I know by God's grace, God will provide a good job for me. So I will just try to balance it. That, okay, let me pay this thing because it is a loan and it is a debt that I must pay. So I have to pay it. Because if I did not pay it, how will others that are coming after me benefit from it?
It's the Nigerian data system is improving gradually. It's seriously improving. And with this, people can easily be tracked. And if there are control procedures, if some people are being followed up appropriately, and there is appropriate penalty meted out to defaulters who are already capable of paying but have refused to pay, no, the system will run.
As NELFund continues to evolve, its role in reshaping Nigeria's education landscape becomes even more evident. This is the beginning of a new era, an era where no dream is too big, no ambition is too high, and no Nigerian student is left behind.
We have to give kudos to the president for thinking this through, and also for giving it the kind of support that NELFund has. And definitely this is going to be, it's a game-changing policy and scheme for our education system.
Like this president came in, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu said during his campaign, I would take difficult decisions. He told Nigerians, I will not lie to you, but I will reform this country in a way to put this country on a path of sustainability decade from now. So this president is not shy of making difficult decisions, transformational decisions, and you've seen him done it. Let's help this country. We have to synergize our efforts together and align it behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's agenda. You don't have a choice. I don't have a choice.
I'd like to convey a message to the president. And the message I'd like to convey to the president is that he has done an incredibly courageous thing. What he has done here, he has understood the principle that to fight poverty, to create happiness for people, you have to invest in their knowledge, you have to open their eyes. It's very courageous for two reasons. One, because when you open their eyes, they can see more what you're doing with their money, if you like. Not all leaders are courageous enough to want to do that. Some people want to keep their people in the dark. That's hugely courageous of the president. The second thing, as I said before, is that he has chosen not to go for a populist program of dashing people money left and right. He's decided to invest in a long-term program. It's really a legacy project, and it's a project that, any leader that goes down this line is just to be admired and to be encouraged and to be supported. I support this. I'm not just doing this for a job. I absolutely am committed to this, and I thank the president for what he has done here. It's absolutely brilliant. Long live the president. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
If we have a successful inclusiveness and the loan that is necessary for our people to get educated and invest in their own life, we will have built a fair society and a promise that we will and a banner without stain to our children.
Thank you very much for your attention. I think I'll leave the last word to the president on that. I just want to say one other thing. We do have a technical presentation which we will do after the awards because we think it's important that we convey to you some of the changes that we have made in our process. So thank you very much for your attention. Registered Honorable Minister, thank you.
Please, another round of applause for the Managing Director of NELFund, Mr. Akintunde Sawyer. Two key takeaways from his presentation. It's called for partnership with the institutions and has said advisedly there will be no ranking in the partnership. no junior partner, no senior partner. And I would assume also there will be no sleeping partner. All partners will be active. And more importantly, he also teased us with a saying that comfort and excellence cannot coexist. You probe, you break barriers, and you extend frontiers. Akunjide Sawyer, once again, thank you very much. All right, next we'll take just one goodwill message, and this is from a very important partner with the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board in sorting out the winners for the NATAP Awards. And the goodwill message will be by the Executive Vice Chair of the FCCPC, that is the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. And the Executive Vice Chair is Mr. Tunji Bello, but is here being represented by Mrs. Bola Dale Adeyinka, who is Director of Surveillance and Investigation. Please let's welcome her to the microphone for her goodwill message.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Good afternoon, everyone. And I want to particularly stand on existing protocol, but to say that Honorable Minister Ma, JAMB Registrar Sir, and distinguished guests present, indeed on behalf of my Executive Vice Chairman, Mr. Tunji Bello, we want to congratulate JAMB for the successful completion of the policy meeting. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission is the government agency responsible for promoting consumers' interests and also competition in Nigeria. We are particularly delighted to always partner with JAMB to ensure transparency, to ensure competitiveness, to ensure open access and a level playing ground for everyone. So we are part of the sub-management committee that follows this process of criteria selection, ensuring that all participants that are credible and are deserving to participate are included in the process. We also monitor all the submissions and also ensure that it's the approved categories and everyone qualified duly participated. We also assist in resolving complaints. Most times where there are issues or complaints, we are proud to say that the registrar, our prof, will call upon us to come and look at the process independently and also make recommendations. So on behalf of my EVC, we are proud to say we have monitored. We are proud to say that the process is competitive, fair, and transparent. And on that note, I want to, in advance, congratulate all the winners. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Director of Surveillance and Investigation delivered a goodwill message on behalf of the Executive Vice Chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Next, may I respectfully invite the Chair of this event, the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Said Ahmad, to deliver her remarks.
Thank you. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I'm speaking for the second time, so I will stand on already established protocol. And I was just smiling as I was seated because last year I was equally at this event. I was at this event as a provost. And today I'm here as a state minister. I remember that last year when I was in this event, I raised my hand about 3 times, and I was not given the opportunity to speak. But today, I'm asked to speak not only once, but twice. Thank you, Jam Registrar. Let me say this. Really, the experience are completely different. Last year's experience is different from today, but I also understand the system. I'm also a staff of the university. I'm a professor of science education at Barry University, Kano. So that is one of my constituency. My former vice chancellor is here, Professor Yahuza Bello. As part of the team for JAM, he has been supporting JAM, I think, for quite a long time. Thank you for that. And I also occupy another position as the provost. I was a former provost. So I understand all the processes around admission. And I will say this, universities have an advantage in that they have always admitted students to a true JAM. I got admission at Barry University, Kano in 1997 through JAM. I sat for JAM and I was admitted as a student. So but university students are used to writing JAM. So when JAM now introduced CAPS, it was very easy for universities to understand CAPS and migrate to CAPS. The story is not the same for colleges of education and polytechnics. Students admitted to study NCE never needed to write any JAM. The something students that were admitted into diplomas never need to sit for JAM. So it was more difficult for them to now understand the need to register for JAM, not only them as an administration, but even for the category of students that they are dealing with. I know the challenge I faced as a provost to migrate from doing normal admission that we do to sell admission forms and then just admit the student manually, not through JAM or through CAPS. It was not an easy battle, but I have to say that I'm thankful. Before I leave as a provost, we were able to migrate from doing the backdoor admission now to indoor admission through the proper channel. Thank you, JAM, for that. And I got to also understand that really it's much easier to do admission through CAPS. It simplifies everything. And it's also the fairest way to give every student equal opportunity, regardless of background, regardless of who you know, and regardless even of your geography. With CAPS, you get to do that. So it's a very good initiative. And that is why I'm here. I'm happy. Simply because awarding best practices is always important. We know that carrot and stick approach has been proven thousands of times to be very effective in ensuring change happens. And that is why identifying these 4 categories for awarding this institution is important. Institutions that have the most applicant should be applauded, should be supported. It's important. Let me tell you something. We discovered that there is some of these institutions that have been established, not today, not yesterday, but we have seen institutions that have been established 6-7 years ago. But some of these institutions, the number of lecturers are even more than the number of students. Along the way. So not that JAM is only rewarding institutions that have most subscribed students applying to those institutions, but we are also tying TED fund access now to the number of students. We have pegged a minimum number of students as either college of education or polytechnic or university. You must have a minimum number of that we identified for you now to access TED Fund grant from 2026. We have provosts here, we have rectors here, we have university vice chancellors here. I'm saying it now, you listen to this and start mobilizing to get more students into your institutions. Thank you for that. And then apart from that also, you have NEL Fund. NEL Fund automatically is encouraging polytechnics and colleges of education. I won't say universities because I know all universities are on caps. They don't have any issue. If you don't do admission through JAM, your students will be deprived of NEL Fund because NEL Fund is directly linked to the JAM website. They get all their information from JAM and they cannot give any candidate any support, any loan or upkeep unless he's duly admitted through the JAM portal. It's always important also. And of course, most improved in terms of female admission, also very important. We are gender sensitive. We are also gender compliant. And lastly, international, a university that has, or college of education or polytechnic that has most international students. And I think the last category has to do with, what is the last category? Yes, national spread. So we are happy that we are here. In advance, I'm congratulating all the winners. And we hope to see new winners. Ilorin has always been first. Somebody should come and beat Ilorin, please. We need to encourage other universities that have high number of applicants to push so that they can now actually replace University of Ilorin to take that mantle. Congratulations in advance, and I wish success to others. Thank you very much.
Please, another round of applause for the chair of the occasion, the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmad. Nobody knows tomorrow. Last year, at the 2024 events, as I indicated earlier, at the auditorium of the Body of Benchers, he was one amongst the audience. But today and this year, she's on the front row. Let's give her a round of applause. And let's also appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the right head hunting. A round of applause for the president, please. So, we are moving on to the first presentation of the criteria and selection process for the awards. And that will dovetail quickly into the presentation of the awards. And to lead us through this process, let me once again bring to the microphone, it's a very busy day for him, the registrar of JAM, Professor Ishaq Oloyede. Prof.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable Minister of State of the Republic, Honorable Minister of State for Education for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Permanent Secretary, my boss, Mr. Abel Ennington, my colleague Vice Chancellors. I say I love that position more than any other position. Once you are a Vice Chancellor, you want to be Vice Chancellor forever. So this is registrar, provosts and rectors. I say my fellow brothers and sisters. So the partners, leadership of other government agencies, particularly NEL Fund, our supervisor FCCPC, and other agencies, the president of NANS, thank you for being there, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is just to quickly tell us that NEL Fund, I'm still promoting NEL Fund. So the 5th edition of the National Tertiary Admissions Performance Merit Award. And it is established, this award was established since 2018 to make sure that we promote transparency, accuracy in the admission process. We encourage national spread of the admission. many of our, even federal universities, federal polytechnics are becoming local. They will admit people only from 5, 6, 7 states. That's not what it should be. So we set the standard to encourage national spread, promote internationalization, bring about national unity by admitting candidates from all states of the Federation, create healthy competition among tertiary institutions, bring about transparency in admission process, and make sure that the reward system, among others, benefits, improve the process, selection of admission among the candidates. Transparency. To ensure transparency in the process of selection, a sub-management committee is usually constituted with JAMB directors, choosing one from each of the geopolitical zones of the Federation, but supervised by representatives of the SCCPC to ensure that the process is equitable, fair, and transparent. We must thank FCCPC because not just being there, they have always provided the guidance. So we have the criteria. The first one was the most subscribed by candidates. We believe that if you are not good as an institution, students will run away from you. So when students come, I used to know of a university very close to the lagoon that used to say, I'm the university of first choice. Then University of Ilorin came to say, we don't need to say it, but we are. And University of Ilorin became the university of first choice. And it has been so. So we need institutions that on its own attract candidates. Then you have the most national in terms of admission. Many of us, particularly federal institutions, and that's why institutions like in Delta State, despite the fact that they are a state, they still admit all their candidates on merit. Not whether you come from Calabar or come from Sokoto, it doesn't matter to them. They allow that. That's what it should be. But states that want to be protective of their citizens, because the money of the state that you are spending, not all of us will be as open as Delta State. We still encourage you, but you must say exactly what you are doing. When you have candidates, you must make some of them to be national. And that's why we encourage states to make at least 10% of their admission to be merit. The first 10%, wherever they come from, pick them so as to enrich the quality of your classroom. So the most national in terms of admission, what we have is that you must admit not less than 1,005. Because you have institutions that are admitting 400. You cannot say you are national. National with how many figures? The minimum must be 1,500. 2, you must also admit people from your catchment states. You cannot be good outside when you are not good inside. So if you are established in, say, in Enugu, people from Ebonyi, people from Anambra must first of all ensure that they are equally represented. So your catchment states must not just be one of the states. Now, admit from all over the country. That's the critical thing. You must admit not less than one. You must admit one out of every 400. That is, every 400 candidates that you admit, one of them should come from each of the 36 states. We are saying that if you are taking 400, take 36 from outside where you are. Just 36 out of 400. That's what we call effective representation. Because in some cases you may have 1, 2, yes, you cover the whole state. But if you admit, the more states you admit 1 in every 400, like a university, you will soon see the university I'm talking about. Criteria number 3, highest number of foreign students. So we also take that into consideration. We conduct exam in 8 or 9 countries in the world. UK, Saudi Arabia, Germany, Ghana, Gambia. to bring in others. We cannot continue to be consumers. UK, America, they come here to advertise their universities, and they take our students away, and we still spend our scarce resources, forests that we need to use in this education in their countries. But there are many states of Africa that look up to Nigeria. We must attract them. And that is why we introduced that as part of the criteria for you must have internationalization. You must admit more students from very good. When I was VC of Ilorin, and we started pursuing these things vigorously. The first year, it was free. We went to all the West African countries and said, look, come and free. They say free, and that's why many of them started coming to University of Ilorin. But today, it's no longer free. But yet, they are coming. Because the first set decided to bring others. And that's why at any time, we will have almost all the states of West African countries are represented at that university. The most improved in gender balance, you remember that is those who improve in taking women. But last year we changed that because women are now becoming more, as you can see in the data we presented. So we say before you can, you first of all, once you are 50-50, 50% male, 50%, you have crossed that border. We will now assess those who cross 50-50 and see who is better. So some are still saying that when women are getting more than 60%, there is also a problem because some people will marry them. And if those who will marry them are not educated, there is also a problem. So because of that, we must not allow it to go beyond 60%. When it's getting beyond 60%, something is going wrong. But I don't know. But that's what we are doing. Unfortunately, the person representing FCCPC happened to be a woman, and therefore I could see that she's insisting that that criterion must continue. The fifth one is that the institution must have complied with all the regulations. If an institution does illegal admission, even one, that institution has forfeited participation. There is an institution, I won't mention the name, that will have won the award, but we find out that they had admitted about 11 candidates outside CAPS. Then that had disqualified the institution. During the maiden edition in 2018, we were giving each of them 25 million. This makes it 125 million. But later, we upgraded it to 75 million for the winner and 15 million for the runners-up and second 10 million. In the fourth edition, in 2024, we merged this. And because the projects we were executing, and some people said JAMB was awarding contract. I say it openly here. JAMB gives the money. JAMB does not know how you award the contract and is not interested in how the contract is awarded. Ours is to release the money and for you to account for it. So people said, JAMB does not, I repeat it, does not even determine. You determine what you want to spend the money on, we release the money to you, but we insist that you must account. Accounting means bringing the receipt and writing on it that this was, money was sought from JAMB, 750 million. And not only that, consolidation of the five, a winning prize of 500 million goes to the winner. And any winner, in order to allow the money to go around, the award, if you win this year and you win next year, you will not get the money next year. But we will recognize it by giving you 40 million because you can't win it again within the next 5 years. Once you win it, yes, if you are first, we will announce you as first. But your first will take 40 million. Second person will take the 500 million. It will take 5 years before you can come back and take the 500 million in order to ensure that the criteria, because you may be lucky that the criteria will favor you. An additional 250 million is allocated as follows. 40 million for those who have won within 5 years and they are still winning, coming first. We will give them an appreciation of 40 million, and the 500 million goes to the second position. Second overall, that is an institution that came or comes second, will be given 75 million. And the third overall is given 25 million consolation prize. But if any of this is not a polytechnic or a college of education, we realize that people don't want to go, they prefer universities to, I don't know the reason, but I believe we can do something to reverse that. It is the reward system. Nobody is begging anybody now to be medical doctor because they are properly paid. So we believe that if teachers are well paid, you will see this running away from colleges of education will be reversed. If they are well paid, it's the reward system that determines where people are going. They are going to nursing medicine now because they know that once you have it, you have money. So if we reverse the trend, so we give the best, the first polytechnic 50 million, the best college of education also 50 million, and the best innovation enterprise institution will also give 10 million. Margin the 2020 recommendation for the award were made along the line, and that is what I have explained. On completion of the project, you must put there, the project was funded by the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board. We then give you the history. From 2018, you can see those who won up to last year. Last year, the first position was University of Ilorin. At that time, University of Ilorin had 12 points. ABU was second. And the third was Borno State University, Maiduguri. But I must tell you about Borno State University, Maiduguri. Why would Borno State University, Maiduguri why would it become the third position? I will tell you the secret was that to be a good leader, you must be a good follower. When the VC of Borno State University was in University of Maiduguri, he was the architect of the winning of University of Maiduguri. So when he had the opportunity of becoming VC, he utilized it for Borno State University. And from nowhere, Borno State University came to win the third position. The lesson is that if you want to be a leader tomorrow, be a good follower now. The sectional award, College of Education, Zaria, Federal College, took that, and Film Institute won that of the institute. But for this year, the 5th edition, what is the situation? Joint admission, the most subscribed this year remain University of Ilorin with 49,000. That's 2023, 2024. You are merging 2 years, 2023, 2024, and 2024, 2025. For 2023, 2024, 49,000 applicants. You can see Lagos State University, Ojo coming second, Federal University of Ekiti third, and so on and so forth. Yes, go on. Go on. You can see, like that, to the last who had 6 or 7 or 3. These are the things. We have the list of every institution. You can see those. You can see those with 1. You can see Federal College of Education, Onitsha, Ebonyi State had only 1 candidate. These are the subscription across the 1001. You can see 1. So you must clap for the British Translation Polytechnic Akure 1. You can see all those ones. Please quickly put that up. Thank you very much. So you go to the next one. Yes. Most subscribed for the second year, that is 2024, remains University of Ilorin, with Lagos State University again coming second. and University of Lagos coming third, and Oye Ekiti. You can see the struggle between all these four universities. But Nnamdi Azikiwe, University of Ka, and University of Ibadan, they are coming very, you can see the vigor with which they are coming. Pursuing University of Ilorin, and you can see up to Jibuit College of Education, Lurukebi, which had only one person. You can see this, you can see these things and so on. You can see the situation. Yes, these are attraction. Yes, we have everything. Then you go to the second criteria. Most national for 2003-2004, the most national was Nile University, Abuja. And you can see the number of candidates. You can see Abia, look at it. They cover 37 states of the Federation effectively. And they do not have up to 1/400, only in foreign candidates. You can see the asterisk there, 4. That's where they failed out of 37. They have 36 effectively covered. It's only that they do not have enough of foreign students. So you can see the second one, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. It's only they don't have Bayelsa. Yes, Bayelsa is where they fail, and Rivers. Otherwise, they covered all other states of the Federation. That's ABU Zaria. You can see. Except for Rivers, where they have only 4 candidates. And Bayelsa, where they have 0. Otherwise, they will have covered effectively. Then, let's see the third one, Bayero University, Kano. Bayero University also covered, but not in 37. Let's see where their defect is. Their defect is in, wait. Yobe, foreign is 1. Where is the other one? Effectively, they also covered 30. Number of states covered effectively 36. Because they have problem in, which state is that? Point it for me. They have problem in Bayelsa. They have problem in, that is, they don't have enough students in Rivers. That's where they cannot cover. So otherwise, Bayero covers everything. So like that, up to the last one that has only 5 states, or 4 states, covering only 4 states. Umaru Yaradua University with only 5 states out of 37. So this is what they rank, to see how many states you are adequately represented. If you want to win the thing, you should ensure that you have candidates. When I was VC of Ilorin, I can say it, because I'm not one of those people that are licensed to tell lies. There are 3 people that can tell lies. Elderly persons are one of them. When you say hi, you say you are not born at that time. So, because, so I have my contemporaries, so I'm not one of those who can tell lies. So we go out to go and tell people that we don't have people from Bayelsa. We go and meet the governor. Give us candidates who score so from your state. And we go and meet them in River. We go travel to Sokoto in order to have national spread, to enrich the classroom, so that you have classmates. You can't say you graduate from a university, don't have classmates from 20 of the 36 states. Which university do you go? You must have friends across, your classmates, who can beat your chest that anywhere I go, I don't go to the hotel because I have my classmates that I will go and stay in their houses, because they are your genuine friends, not the friends you make when you become minister. So the friends that you make when you are undergraduate, they are your true friends, not those friends that come, no, not minister, PAMSEC. So for 2024, 2025, you can also see it is also Nile University. Nile University covers how many? 37 states. And the second one again is where ABU, covering how many states effectively? 36. 35 for which one? Ahmadu Bello University. Which one is third? Bayero University again, then Kaduna Polytechnic. So the last one, go to the last one. The one that has, okay, only how many states? Umaru Yaradua again, with covering only 4 states from Katsina and just outside, just people around the place. So, so that's the problem. So, yes, we go to the next criterion. The next criterion is percentage increase admitted for female student institutions. So when you see red, it means that that is to measure. After you are, like we have told you, if you reach the highest point of having 50-50, then you begin to rank them. Redeemer University of Osun State is the best, followed by River State University, followed by Adekunle Ajasin, Afe Babalola. In that order, also the most unfriendly. That's most unfriendly to women. You can see which one. Yusuf Batama Sule University Kano. So that's the most unfriendly for that year. Now go to the second year for the most the gender balance. Yes. Which one is the first? The first one is Alex Ekweme. Is the best. I have difficulty in calling that Ndufu Alike. But I know it's Alex Ekweme Federal University. It's the best. But go to the list. The list. You can see when you see red. It's Umaru Yaradua University, Katsina. So I think they need to do something about that. Then you move to the next one. It's not me, it's data that is talking. Then international students. For 2023, the best for international students, that is those who are from, not Nigerians recruited from abroad, people who have non-Nigerian passports, and they do not attend their secondary education in Nigeria. Not that you go to embassy and recruit them. So they brought them from abroad. ABU is the highest, 58, and you can see University of Calabar, Maiduguri, University of Ilorin is lost in that year. They don't have. Go on to the last. The last, 103 of them. And the last one came from Federal Polytechnic, Boko, Benue State. Now, for 2024, you now have the best is ABU with 60 candidates. Second is University of Jos, 53, and University of Ilorin, 34. University of Ilorin that had over 100 last year, year before, you can see 34, because many of their candidates were disqualified, because when they came to Nigeria and they found their way, I don't know how they got it, to go and take Nigerian NIM. So FCCPC discovered that, you say you are Nigerian. They say no, they say we should go and take NIM. Once you have taken our NIN and you have claimed to be a Nigerian, you must be a Nigerian. You can't compete again as a foreigner. So we thank you for getting that. That is that. On the whole, I think we have looked at every criterion. Okay, the most compliant, that's 10 points. The most compliant, the best is University of Ibadan. It's the most compliant of all, and it came first. And the second is, there are many seconds, and they are, let me see them. University, Enugu, Air Force Institute, Kaduna, Enugu, Federal University of Health Sciences, Azare, University of Uyo, ABU, and Kaduna Polytechnic. By now, you will have known the winner. Because if your name does not appear in any of those as we are going, so you know that that's the thing. For 2023, let's look at 2024 on the most compliant. 2024 most compliant, you can see again, University of Air Force Institute that came second before, it's now first. University of Ilorin is coming second. ABU is coming third. Now, let's now go for the overall. Overall. score sheets. Which one is this? Okay. The first position goes to which institution? Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. With how many points? 14 points. Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria with 14 points, coming first. University of Nigeria, Ilorin, that used to be champion last year, had been dethroned. And not only dethroned, but so humiliated that he came second with 9 points. 9 points, not 13, not 12. So the third position goes to Nile University, Abuja, with 6 points. Honorable Minister Ma, this is the situation. This is the overall, having ranked all of them, and for the 2 sessions, this is the position of the ranking. And what is left for me is to hand over to those to invite the minister and others. Oh, sorry, sectoral. Sectoral. The best polytechnic, Kaduna Polytechnic, Kaduna, with 10 points. Federal Polytechnic, Nasarawa, with, that is competing among polytechnics. You know, in your village, you can become the leader. So, Kaduna Polytechnic became the leader among the polytechnics. Federal Polytechnic, Nasarawa State came, of course, no prize for them, so I shouldn't mention them. The only person we are picking from there is Kaduna Polytechnic. For the colleges of education that we also have 50 million, Federal College of Education, Zaria, that won last year, and they still win this year. Will we give them the 50 million? Oh, because the policy of 5 years is only for the overall winner. So if you are winning at Polytechnic and College Mark, you need to look at that so that, but this year we can't change it. They are having it for the second year, Federal College of Education. We need to do the same thing about the sectoral, that if somebody wins it, we will now have nominal. So it's remain Federal College of Education, Zaria. And for IEIs, we have Payfee Film Institute in Lagos, and it is winning with how much? With 4 points. So, and those are the winners. It's now left for the MC to invite the honorable ministers and others who will present the award. Honorable Minister, PAMSEC, distinguished audience, thank you very much. I have been mandated by my people. They have ordered me that I invite the PAMSEC to present which one? Which one? Huh? The IEI, the best IEI. Maybe we are bringing it. Okay, it will be distributed. Innovation Award of 10 million to Payfee Film Institute, Lagos. Can the authorities come forward? Move fast. Payfee Institute, Lagos. Oh, you are here. Oh, you are welcome. This is the certificate. And this is the check of 10 million only. So you just tell us what you want to do, right, and you collect your money. Okay. Come and collect here. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. The next one. Oh, we are not clapping enough. 10 million. Thank you. College of Education sector. Who is presenting PAMSEC? PAMSEC is also presenting for Federal College of Education, Zaria. Are they here? Okay, even if you win next year, you are not going to get the 50 million. But small, you are collecting 50 million, you will soon get 1 billion. Come on,
yes, come on. Give me the second.
Kaduna Polytechnic, Kaduna, 50 million. Are they here? Clap for the provost. Don't come next year, even if you come first. Because it's becoming you and you. Thank you very much. Who is the next one? Minister. Okay, thank you, sir. You can have your seat, sir. The palm check is asking whether there is an award for presentation. The most presented. I have the privilege of inviting our articulate Minister of State for Education, Professor to present. Yes. Third category, Nile University, Abuja, 25 million. Nile University, Abuja. This side. Congratulations. Go to this side. Good. Nile University, 25 million. You just determine what you want to do with it, you write and collect your money. Thank you. The second position of 75 million, University of Ilorin, Kwara State. You no clapping. They collected 500 million last year. It's better than 40 million. Yes. Inclusiveness. Inclusiveness. Congratulations. Come this side. All the VCs from Kwara, you can see. Joining the VC of Ilorin. Oh, that's good. Thank you. Better by far. But I could see that all the VCs graduated from University of Ilorin before becoming VCs differently. Thank you. They are all products of University of Ilorin, though VCs of various universities. The first winner and the overall Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And okay. We can see your alumni is here as the minister of our. No wonder. Yes, you are welcome with the board members. Please come here. Come in here, this side. Yeah. BC, how lucky are you? 2 months old. 2 months old as vice chancellor, and you are winning 500 million. Yes, product of ABU. Who are vice chancellors are here. Oh, yes, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Oh, yeah, make comment on behalf of winners. Okay. No, not yet. Okay.
Please, may we respectfully request the principal officer, vice chancellor, rector, or provost of all the award winners this afternoon to please come forward for a group photograph on the platform. The Honorable Minister of State and Chair of the occasion, we humbly request you to continue to be on stage, and advisedly also, could the winner continue to hold your dummy check? Continue to hold your dummy check. Bring your dummy check so that it doesn't get lost. Let me show you for the photograph. Please come forward. The Managing Director of NELFund kindly join. The Director of FCCPC kindly join. And may I also request, Registrar Sir, the winner of the presentation awards, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education. Please join us. Is it, cameraman, is it good enough, or they should have a horseshoe? Is it okay? Fine. Sorry, just one last person getting into the frame. I wouldn't say sneaking in, but I think it's... yeah, this is going to cover your face. So all right, so any more shots? Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the winners. And this isn't a lottery, but in those days they used to say, if you do not win this time, some other time you will win. Let me please invite the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, the overall Mega Award winner, to deliver remarks on behalf of all the successful awardees this afternoon. Vice Chancellor, sir.
Yes. I think Ilorin is down now. There's a new leader. The Honorable Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Education, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, the JAM Registrar, MD NELFund, my other colleagues, vice chancellors, rectors, and provosts, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly humbled to stand before you to express our deep appreciation to JAM for the honor that is done to all of us here today. But let me first thank my governing council, the Senate, and the entire alumni of the university for pushing us so hard to beat Ilorin. Let me also extend our very sincere appreciations to the JAM Registrar for, again, pushing us so hard to undertake so much reform within our own institutions. For us at Ahmadu Bello University, I know we have benefited tremendously over the last 5 years from the push he has given to us. Last year, the THA ranking placed us as the best public institution in this country. And it's all a product of the reforms and the push that we have received from him and from the Federal Ministry of Education. This year, we also joined University of Lagos and Ibadan in the QS World Ranking as the only 3 universities in Nigeria. So we'd like to recognize that these reforms are working and that we will continue to do the needful to ensure that Nigerian universities rise up in the ranking globally. On behalf of all other awardees, let me also extend our very sincere appreciations. We commit to the reforms and the excellence that is required of us. and we'll continue to do the needful in ensuring that the policies of the federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will receive the greatest attention from us in ensuring that we expand access and quality across all our institutions. Thank you again. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Please, we want a louder round of applause for the overall mega award winner for this year, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, 500 million naira. As we say in common parlance, that is not moi moi. Congratulations to Ahmadu Bello University and University of Ilorin. Better luck next time. And all other universities, polytechnics, monotechnics, and other institutions. Good wishes for the awards coming up for 2025. All right, just before we draw the curtains on today's second event, earlier we had indicated that NELFund will again be speaking to us. This is going to be a very short presentation by the Executive Director Operations of NELFund, Mr. Mustafa Iyal. Please, let's give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon, Honorable Minister. Good afternoon. I would like to stand on the existing protocol. I don't want to say much. I know a lot of us are tired and it's almost time. It's already time for prayers and all. I want to just draw our attention, especially the institutions, public institutions. Private, I don't want you to get jealous. We are coming to you very soon. But public institutions, please, I want you to draw our attention that a lot of the institutions supposed to log in through our portal to verify their student, because it's only when you verify your student we'll be able to pay you. Presently, we have seen a significant increase when it comes to the Southwest. Before we are complaining about Southwest, I think after our workshop, I would say the Southwest are doing much, much better, and I would like to encourage the South and the Southeast institutions to do much better. Can we, yeah, okay, next, third slide, please. Okay, so I will just talk about this slide because this has to do with the institutions. So we have students that have applied for this institutional loan, but we can't pay for their institutional loan because we are not sure all the students are in school. You are our partners. You are the only people that can tell us if these students are in school. We don't know how many students have been rusticated or how many are sick, how many passed away. So we need the institution to verify the student on this portal. When they verify, we need them after verifying. We are going to send them this money and we're going to send them the list of these students to say, we are sending you so million for so number of students. So we need you to notify these students, because the issue we are having, a lot of these institutions right now, some of these institutions are not notifying their students. And we have this issue of student writing petition to ICPC, EFCC. I know some of the institutions here have received letters from ICPC recently. So it would be good if we try to notify this student on time so that it will not reach the time that they will write petitions to ICPC. When you notify the student, we expect you to apply these funds to the portal, because this student all the time complain that when they get to their portal, they all the time see not paid. So please, whenever you verify and we paid, we want you to apply these institutional charges to the portal immediately, please, to avoid all this back and forth. I know in NELFund we have some delays before, but right now what we are telling the institution is 10 working days is the time we are taking to pay institutions. We have been paying institutions for the last month after our workshop. we don't pass 10 working days, we pay institution the institutional charges. Please, I want to draw your attention to this. I have my staffs around. Our staffs are outside. So any institution that does not have his login details, or he misplaced his password or anything, we have our IT team outside that will be able to help you sign you up or resolve any issue that you have. So I will do just last update. Can we go to the last few 2 pages? Continue. So I know my MD has spoke about some of these things, but this is an update that is on our website. I want each institution, please, to be going to that website and see what we're doing. You can see from registration we have 659,000 registered, and we have 1 million loans. So this 1 million, what it means is the institutional charges and the upkeep loan, bring it together because they are different loans. The institutional charges is a different loan, and the upkeep charges is a different loan. So the institutional plus the upkeep is the 1 million that we have. Forward again, please. Next slide. Okay. When you look at the chart, the regional chart, you can see the Southwest. The Southwest was number 5 before, but when you see the Southwest has increased to number 3, which is a good number. And we would like to see the South, and the Southeast, please go up. So we'd like the partnership with the institution in the South, and the Southeast. We've been to different institutions in the Southeast, but what we get to understand is the knowledge. Please, we need the institutions to do more of awareness. And if you need any support from NELFund, just reach out to us. We'll try as much as possible to support you, or to even send a staff to your institutions. I would like to stop from there. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa Iyal, Executive Director of Operations of NELFund, for the additional insight you have provided on how NELFund works and what needs to be done when matters arise. The Honorable Minister of State, Education, and Chair of this event, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to a close, and therefore will now be taking the closing remarks. Let me most respectfully invite the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Education, Mr. Abel Eniton, to give us the closing remarks. Please, a louder round of applause, because he is the winner of the presentation award. No problem.
The Honorable Minister, Federal Minister of Education, ably represented here by another Honorable Minister of State. She has the state to herself. State. And last year she was here as a provost. Transition. She came here this year as a minister. I am not a prophet. I don't know next year when she comes here in what capacity. But suffice to say that we appreciate you, Ma, for finding time and for making time to be here. And please allow me also to adopt and stand. I don't want to stand on because protocol has suffered a lot today. Everybody is standing on it. But me, I want to adopt the protocol that has been carefully and intimidatingly and forcefully and fearfully established. So permit me to go by that. I recognize everyone here, and I want to thank you for your time. It's been a long day, but you were patient enough to wait and see this through with us. And lessons have been learned. We have all enjoyed all the sessions, and we have seen the data, the way the figures were presented. it shows that there is still enough room for improvement. It shows that our tertiary institutions, they are doing well, no doubt. We commend you, but there is room for improvement, and we believe that you do better next time. We believe that you will get better in your operations, and you will embrace the various reforms that the Honourable Minister and the Honourable Minister of State are driving in the Ministry of Education. So it's something to look forward to. I wasn't here last year. This year I came as an associate professor. Reason being that I associate with professors. So next year when I come here, I don't know in what capacity. Professor. So I can only, wish us all the best in whatever we do as we go away from here. But please, let us do our best to manage the institutions we are in charge of, and to manage these future leaders that are under us. That is the best you can give this country in terms of human capital development. Let us manage these students properly, care about them, and make sure that they do the right thing that will help this nation tomorrow. We cannot all be available or around for too long. At a point, we'll step back and they will take over. We want to hand over this country to a new set of leaders that will take the country to the next level and will compete at the global level and bring honor to our dear country. So on this note, I want to thank everyone. I want to, wish you safe journey back to your various destinations. And I want to thank my interpreter here. I have learned a lot from her. Today, she has taught me that if you are weeping, you do like this. And today, she has taught me again that if you are to be punished, it's like this. I was watching her, and I saw again that if you are clapping, you will do like this. So I appreciate you. God bless you. And God bless everyone here. God bless our dear country. Thank you.
Please let us appreciate one more time the Associate Professor of Sign Language. Permanent Secretary, sir. I want to be your Permanent Secretary, sir. This is serious business now. You are being distracted. I want to be your agent because you whispered something to me that we had said repeatedly that you were the winner of the presentation award. And you say you are expecting your check from the registrar of JAMB. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an interesting day. It's been a long day as well, but fruitful in every respect and useful to all stakeholders. But somebody still has to formally appreciate all those who have been in the hall, all those who have also remotely witnessed to these events, first and second, and all who contributed to the success that the policy meeting as well as the awards ceremony have been. May I now respectfully invite the FCT Zonal Office Head, Hajia Zainab Hamza, to formally say the vote of thanks, rather give the vote of thanks for these events. Hajia Zainab Hamza, vote of thanks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. The Honorable Minister, Ma, good afternoon. Our visionary leader, the registrar, good afternoon, sir. The friends of JAMB, good afternoon. You are all welcome. You will agree with me that the day is already spent. Well spent, for that matter. We really appreciate you. This is how you have been coming every year, and I know we'll continue to meet here every year. The minister has been sitting down from morning till now. We really appreciate you, ma. Thank you very much. The permanent secretary has been here. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate you. The distinguished senator has been here. We really appreciate you. Thank you, sir. The Oga Patapata of NERFund, thank you very much. We appreciate everyone sitting down here. The vice chancellors, the provost, the rectors. We really appreciate everyone. All the staff of the institutions, we thank you for coming. We really appreciate you. The time, the energy spent, we really appreciate you all. Thank you very much. We can't say thank you enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I omitted one important. Everyone has been very, very important. But Professor Andrew Haruna of Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, thank you very much. We really appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Hajia Zainab Hamza, for the expression of appreciation to all who have made today the tremendous success that it has been. So, from the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, journey messages back to your respective destinations. We're having the hall back. And I'm going to see you at the 2016 policy meeting and awards ceremony. For us to close formally, let's take the first stanza only of the national anthem. Please, let's rise for the national anthem. First stanza only.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm Kingsley Osaka.